Alright, so we are testing the internal functionalities, and let me turn on the Kali Linux. Now, what I was exactly trying to test, if I click on remote remove account and I click on this particular thing, let me start this, then we are all good to go. I click on Kali, like the ID password of this thing. Alright, so over here, if I click on leave, it says to fetch the members of this particular workspace. Then it I ask me whom to transfer this. So if I completely choose a new person, right, I completely choose a new person. For example, I am choosing this particular email. I hit enter. It's not entering. I don't know the reason why it's not accepting it. I guess we cannot transfer our own workspace to anyone. According to me, we can't transfer this workspace which belongs to us to anyone. But over here, why I believe that is because as I am writing anything, it's not accepting my input. But a thing arises onto my mind. What if when we try to transfer this workspace, we have the workspace ID over here, we have the API endpoint over here. For example, I create a clone of this request. Fine. Let me see what mails I got from the previous thing. Okay, I dropped that one. That's why it didn't work. Fine. So carefully see that when we try to delete this workspace, we were able to transfer it to some other person. But in this case, we need to transfer another particular thing. What I meant by that is I need that ID particularly, this ID. So I have the workspace ID over here. I would simply change this with this members me transfer to this particular user. If I click on this, it says 403 forbidden workspace leave. So that clearly means that I cannot leave a workspace in which is created by me, and there are no another members in this particular thing. That's really good to understand. Furthermore, if I'm trying to transfer the old workspace, it gives me a 200 okay that it can be transferred to another person, like you can see over here. Hi Arman Sedana is no longer a part of your workspace. You can enter your workspace settings. This is what I mean. But over here, uh, we can do a lot of things. But firstly, I need to check if there is SQL injection or not. There are another ways of doing that too. Instead of this, try putting a colon after this. If it gives an error, it gives an error due to the ID, but it's not a SQL error, which clearly means that this pointer is not injectable. But for instance, for surety, we can check that. It's not a recommended practice, but yeah, we can check it. A steric test would show that as well, that it's not dynamic, it's not injectable. As I thought. Now this thing is crucial, that if I can do what we say CSRF with it. but we would try afterwards. Let's keep that in mind. I am not deleting the request. Over here there is a option for integrations, Google Workspace, and a lot of things. But if I click over here, upgrade to connect, it says upgrade your things to connect this. Over here it says Team Plus account, choose this plan. Okay, if I click on choose this plan, if I click on monthly, it says $12. Okay, I click on next. So I'm searching for a keyword that's says 12. Quantity 1. Mural team plus billing intervals monthly response to this request. It says 201 created, but over here you can see discovered invoice preview. It says 12. What if I change this to 1? It says order ID and stuff like that. It didn't get changed somehow. One member, 1 month. We can play with these all these things. Then it comes to invoices. You don't have any invoices at the moment. Workspace users. All right. So let's now play with this particular functionality. If I click on edit permissions, what permissions I have? I click on edit permissions. Click on actions. Patch members. Admin true, can discover public rooms true, username. This might be useful request for us. Colon. It says unknown member. Most probably I don't think it's injectable, but we can see. Where it the SQL gives a error now. Most probably over there we have chances of success, not in things like these. It would not work. No, it would throw an error. It's not injectable, as I said. Okay. So over here we can't specifically do much with ourselves, but we can invite people. So if I click over here, invite people. So one thing, 1 minute, I need to figure out something else as well. Members, guests, alright. So this is the particular thing from where we can invite people. So invite by mail. So only admins can invite users. So if I try to invite people, I click on this, is already a member of your workspace. Now it says this particular person is already a member of your workspace. If he is a member of my workspace, why can't I see him? That makes sense now. If he is already a member of my workspace, why can't I see him? Because if I go to workspaces, I don't have anything. I don't have any active member. That's strange. Now it's strange because I click say go to workspace users, I can't see anyone. Then there is a misconfiguration for sure over here. Like if I click on this, I go to profile, edit profile, workspaces. See, I'm member of nothing. It's strange. No one is member of nothing. Now that's strange because no user is member of nothing. Okay, let me test with another account. I write or as a shield sedana 12@gmail.com. I enter this. I click on enter. So over here it says, okay, you want to add this particular user. Fine. It says include a custom message for sure. In the custom message, what we can try is like this. If it gets executed, I don't know if it gets executed or not. I click on send invitation. We have the workspaces, the members, link type edit, guest is equal to false, custom text, it's good to go. We say response to this request. It says referral code, email, and it has sent the request successfully. Let's see that particular mail, what type of request we have got. Okay, so it says Arman Sedana has invited you into the workspace, but it didn't got executed because it was a custom message. It didn't got executed. Now, one thing I wanted to see that I can see pending invitations. All right, can I edit the permissions from here? Let me see. Patch admin false, scan discover rooms true, referral code. Okay, everything is in here. Got it. Now to better understand this logic, I need to see what request it's carrying. Like what is the URL all about in this particular thing. Then only I may understand the flow. In the URL it has a JWT token. We have analyzed it multiple times. I need to see if there's a change or not. It contains my referral ID, the sender, and some other things. So we can't basically play with it, to be very honest, just because if we carefully look at this, somehow we know about this, the referral code, we know about our username, but we don't know about this token and ID. So yeah, we can't really play with it. So what we would do is we would sign out from here as Arman and sign in as the another user to make it work. We need to sign up and it sends a code to this particular user for sign up. By the time what we would do is we would delete this invitation, we would revoke this invitation. Members, this is the ID that was used, transfer to our username, right? It's our username. Now seeing this particular thing, a lot of ulti pulti cheezeं are coming into my mind. What I meant by that is, just give me a minute. So technically, just listen to me. If I, for example, log in with this account, just for example, I'm logging in with this account. Let me know what's my user ID so that I can help. I need to see my user ID. Okay, over here, this is my user ID. of Arman Sidana, not Sidana Arman. So I change it with this particular user ID. So technically, I am inviting Arman Sidana in the workspace of Sidana Arman. So if there might be a bug, yeah, see, it says invalid transfer to, which is a valid thing because you should not do that. I am basically looking for business errors. If it might have allowed, it would be a bug. So I say response to this request. It deleted the pending invitation. That's good. And by the time I go over here, I enter the OTP. It's asking for my first name. I write test one, test, test. It's asking for a password. Is it? Is I am want to see if this link is still working. Most probably it should not work. See, the privacy settings have changed. Ask the owner to re-invite you. Yeah, it's working fine. Now it says it has a particular thing, error code. Now I want to see if this error code can lead us to something. Generally, in normal scenarios, they don't lead to a SQL injection, but yeah, let's see. See, they are also saying that error code might not be injectable. So let us do its work, and by the time, let's re-invite this particular mail. Invite. What else we can include in this custom message? Uh, let's try something new. But I need to see the injections, how it's being done. It's treating it as a plain text. There should not be any errors. Over here it says, okay, email, username. Fine, fine, fine. Understood. And it's still running. Why it's slow? Let's us use, instead of that, let's use SQL map. Yeah, I also personally think it might not be injectable. But we can't say really. Alright, so over here we have a new invitation. We have a hyperlink injection over here for sure. We have a hyperlink injection, but let's wait for the company to respond on my previous hyperlink injection. Then only we can come to a conclusion that how exactly they are treating all this. So by this, I accepted the invitation. I may be a member of this particular thing. Perfect. So over here, we what permissions I have. We have the permission to deactivate a user. I click on deactivate. I click on deactivate again. So over here, it's asking for username. What if I enter my own username in this particular query? Who knows? What if I enter my own username into this particular thing? So when you hunt for in these things, na, you should always think differently, because in this way only you would be able to find logic error bugs. that a certain functionality which is not intended to be used in a way you are trying it to. That's how you find misconfigurations. So I'm trying to disable my own user. It should give an error, right? It says invalid members. It's working fine. This particular request is not of use to us. This also of no use to us. What if we change the workspace name? Okay, it says unauthorized. It's properly protected. Okay. Moving back, if we go to the edit profile section, we go to the manage things. One second, please. Profile, edit profile, integrations, nothing, navigation, nothing. Okay, it's of no use to us. Notifications, profile, hmm. Workspaces. Hmm. So if I click on this, there's workspace settings. It's having an option to add a photo. Let me try to add this photo. Post avatar, file name. What if I give a very big file name? Does it affects the server? Most probably should throw an error. Yeah, exactly. It throwed an error. That how the file name could be so big. File name over here. Now, if it's communicating with the backend, I'm not sure, but this file name can be interacting with the backend. Let me see. Error code thing might not be injectable because in most of the cases it's not, right? Because this parameter can be dynamic as well, we can, and moreover it's a post request also. Let's see how it reacts. The least we can do is test all the things. No, I guess we haven't found anything. Nope. Over here, it's storing the image in the same way, I guess. Open image in new tab. It's storing it in the same way. Over here, it's asking for workspace name, and always try entering these payloads in the description. Also, sometime it members can invite existing members. Okay, but if I try to change this permission, invitation links will be disabled. Admins can still invite new members, and I allow workspaces members to invite visitors. Choose default permissions. I click on save. Put with the workspace name. Name permissions existing. Okay, let's me try. Chase 200. Okay. Let me try inviting some people now. One thing I'm trying to check is that can I demote myself? Because over here I don't have the permissions to demote myself. See, workspace admin false. It should not work ideally. Right. It has proper permissions. I click on remove. If you leave this, the person will become the admin. He's already the admin, hardly matters. Members, the ID transfer to this. One thing, I put a colon over here. Invalid members. Let me quickly do something. It should also say invalid members. Let me try. Can I transfer my invitation to someone which is not authorized to have an invitation? It should throw an error straight away. Yeah, invalid transfer to. Hmm. I was correct. Response to this request, leave, leave, leave. Okay, so let's re-invite that person. I need to see if when I have changed the workplace settings, did that made any difference? Okay, so over here it has embedded the name, but it links in, it opens in that. Hmm. Bing.com. HTTPS. Bing.com. I click on login. No, it didn't created much of a difference. All right, let's move to another functionalities. Workspace users, and apps. There's nothing over here. Let's move to the core functionalities over here. Hmm. This is a chat service. I guess this should be externally hosted. Hmm. Then there's an option to create a new mural. It says all members can access every mural in their workspace on our free plan. Okay, to create a secure mural, upgrade your plan. I don't want to upgrade. What should be the mural name? H1 Arman. I'm giving HTML payloads. Mural location. Okay. Create mural. Width. Room. Title. Okay. So this room thing, if I try to play with this a bit, invalid payload malformed JSON. But it didn't give me a SQL injection. See the response to this request. Okay, it generated a mural for me. Fine, let's find out bugs over here. What options I have? Duplicate mural, find and replace, share mural. Okay. People in the workspace can see that with the link can view. Fine, understood. Restricted. People with access. Embedded. What's embed? Okay, perfect. I might change these things. What if I do this thing? It's not allowing me to if I click on disable embedding and then I click on this to capture the request first, embedded keys, right? Response to this request, mural ID key. I need to change this link. I can't do that. Is there an option to change this? But it would be a front end artifact. If I somehow change this now, it won't change the back end. The back end won't be changed. As I thought. Disable embedding. Okay, it's of no use. Manage mural users. No, we have already tested that. Share mural. Only people with access can see that. Manage access in settings. Can edit. Can edit. In this, there is nothing. Mural settings. The mural name. The music. The canvas. Save settings. Sender ID. What other settings it has? Enable AI features. Enable Jira. Enable timer. Okay. What if I say over here? Enable AI features to true. If it is a premium functionality and we can get it for free by response manipulation, it would be good. It's saying updating changes, mural access, nups, mural info, created by Arman Sidana, location and things. We can download this as well. Click on download, which says export as PDF, export ID. One second. Repeater. If I change this export ID, error export ID. So let me try this. 90% it won't work because this website is not working in a way that usually does. It's very secure. Hmm. It would say it's not injectable. Hmm. Right. Next thing up it says, let's see, response to this request. Then it says email me a link to export PDF channel email. Okay. Says 200. Okay. One second, guys. Over here we might have gotten a link as well. Because I chose the option to email me as well. Okay, it's working in some other way for sure. Because over here it should not get embedded like this. Hire Man Sedana, your mural is ready. What's the link for downloading PDF? It's again a JWT token. Yeah, I'm literally na. I'm getting irritated with these JW tokens. It has a lot of information. Can't pledge that. It's safe. It's good. It's a good website to be very honest. We have functionality to find. Then we have an optional to facilitate open image panel. It has an option to like see things. I'm exploring because this might find bugs, right? Open find a panel. No, no, no. Over here we can embed any link. For example, I'm embedding this link. Nope, it's not really working the way we want. Then what are the other things? No. Over here, templates, sticky notes, text, icons, no. Images, mind maps, mm, content library, import files. I try exporting a SVG file. Let me try exporting this. It's HTML file. It doesn't give me a link to this file. Why, I don't know. For these things, it says just open these files, and I'm not getting the link to these files. In order to escalate it, I need to have the link to these. Hopefully, I find a link over here. So I'm seeing the request everywhere where I can find a link. Over here, there's a lot of information. I'm doing this to find the link to that. No, but it doesn't have the link to that file. Let me use inspect element. Hopefully, I can find a link. Because downloading is not something I want to do over in this case. Because this is the link we want. For example, we don't want to download these files, I want to view them. But as soon as I click on this, they start downloading. What if I load a picture? Does it behave the same way? Load a pixel. No, it didn't worked in that way. But it didn't brought the website down, so it's again of no use to us, because you can see it's loading, and it would never load. Because if a particular thing is so much in pixels, it can't load. It would just keep revolving. That what leads to resource exhaustion, and sometimes it brings the entire website down. I'm waiting, because if it's loading, then it might bring the website down. But I guess it's a front end artifact. It won't make sense. So, So over here, they might. What if I try to upload a PDF file? How can I forget that? But it would always, I guess, it would give me an option to what we say, download that file. That's not what I want. It did that. See, the PDF got loaded over here. Ideally, it should have popped up XSS. In general cases, it does that, but over here, it didn't do that. Either their security is really good, or I don't know what. XSS one dot docs. Let me upload a document file. It got loaded as well. When it's uploading now, let me see that how exactly it's taking the input. The metadata is parsing fine. It's not popping an XSS. Nope. It's safe, it's safe. What else we can do is, it says that it restricts a XSS file, and that's not the case over here. Let me try to upload XSS file. It doesn't even load that file. Exe. No, okay. For example, I'm trying to upload this. See, it stopped working and it doesn't allow to upload this. It goes to a reconnecting phase. It doesn't upload that. So this person tried to upload a exe file. He has a particular svj also, evil svj file, but in our case it won't help according to me, because it's not taking that svj file. It doesn't even allow to upload it. See, it stops working. Hmm. What else we can upload to see what we can get? h.html file, it's not allowing. We have already seen that. Exif metadata we have already checked. SVJ file it's not allowing, so most of the things are not really into that. So it says try uploading a file with 500 MB file size. It would bring the website down. Okay, so it says there's a zip slip attack. What it's all about? Let's read about this. Image tragic. Let this read me about this. It's a CV, na? It's not of use to us. File over right now. CSV injection. What's this? No, 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 no. This 500 MB thing looked cool to me. But do I have that big file with me? This PC. I don't think I have that much big file. It's big, it's big. Let us try uploading this. It's uploading. By the time it's uploading, let's do a bit of research. And I guess that's all for this particular web application. After this, uh, what other uh, formats we can use? It says uploading a PHP file, but no, it didn't work in our case because it's dumb loading. It's downloading that file, it's not executing that file. It's still trying to upload this thing. Let's see if it loads or not. It says blind SSRF through picture upload. How does that thing work? Okay. It upload. Uh, they uploaded it with an SVJ thing. So what exactly they did is by the time it's uploading app.mural.co. Let me see if it's really uploading or not. It says upload failed. It detected that we are trying to upload a very big file. Over in the settings of this, one second. Let me go back. Workspaces. Click on manage. Here, where is the settings of this thing? Edit profile. Workspaces. I need to change this picture. So instead of this photo, I take a random picture. This is the last bug we would be testing on this thing. The data goes after this. Huh. Over here is the data. And in this particular thing, you copy the clipboard Stays 201 created, but I don't really think it's created. Yeah, it's not as I thought. It doesn't allow to upload a CSV file. The website is really good. I have really impressed with the developers. They have focused a lot on the security perspective, and that's great. See, if we try to upload a CSSVJ file, it doesn't allow, it would throw an error. See, invalid payload. But we do like this svj percentage 00 dot jpg. It's not allowing svj dot jpg. It allows. So keeping that in mind, a thing came up to my head is, if I can give multiple extensions svj.jpg, let it go, and I do some tampering over here, which is like this somehow. It won't work, I know, because it's not really that good. Let's see. Response to this request. It says 201 created. Post avatar read the file name they are giving response to this request. It says created. Do we got a ping back? No. It won't load, I guess, because it's not loaded till now. Nope, it's not loaded. Let me try one more variation. I know it won't work. Well, let's see. Hmm. Let me refresh. No. Alright, guys. This was all for this particular website. And yeah, thank you.